This is my journey. 56 days as a fish in Raft. Every dive was a gamble, every island a challenge. And to make things even harder, I played with the fish mode, a simple mode that turns Raft into a whole new game. You can only breathe underwater like a fish, making resources gathering easier, but turning big islands and story islands into brutal tests of survival. With every risk and every buff, I had to improvise to stay alive, until I reached Utopia. So first things first, I kept close to the edge, gathering whatever floated by while making sure to avoid burrows. Eventually, I spotted a small island. Not ideal for sand and clay, but hey, it's a start. Plus, I wanted seaweed, because an oxygen well might keep me alive longer outside. But burrows made me diving too risky. As the rock drifted closer, I bailed, grabbed some fruit and a loot box. Got a hinge and Wango. Score. Once back, I focused on plastic and planks to expand the raft. Found a better island for sand and clay, and this time, I timed my dive carefully. I expanded the raft to 4.5 and added edge pieces. Bait for Bruce, so he chewed those instead of the core. My gills burned every time I stay out of the water for too long. Just stepping on the raft was a death sentence.
I like it cut, G.
Huh?
Still, I powered through, fished up something to eat and finally got the blueprint for the receiver and antenna. A spark of hope. Maybe this fish can find a way out. Time to get serious. I crafted a research table, because apparently being a fish doesn't exempt me from needing a degree in raftage. I set out toward another promising island, loaded with sand and clay. Had to drop anchor. Bruce wasn't going to make this easy. After some grinding, I hit the milestone, unlocked the smelter, but I was still 4 bricks short. So back into the water I went, swimming cautiously toward the island to get the more materials. Inventory space was a nightmare. I chose metal over copper for now. Priorities. Returned to the raft, dropped off the loot, and lay out the wet bricks like a fish trying to sunbathe. Once things were sorted, I headed back and gathered enough to build 2 smelters. Big win. Closed out the day by smelting seaweed. Step 1 toward crafting the precious oxygen bottle. Because let's be real, every second out of the water still feels like my gills are filled with sandpaper. Storm rolled in, making every swim a risk. Even the journey has to be continued.
Why are you running?
Before I could craft the oxygen bottle, I had to research the bottle itself, but I ran out of plastic. So back into the rough sea I went, dodging bros and hunting for more loot.
Get over here!
You Brucey? After some close calls, I finally crafted the oxygen bottle, a huge upgrade. Now I could stay out of water longer, but still had to dive back in when my breath dipped too low. Dry gills aren't fun. While I was at it, I started smelting sand into glass and used to build the advanced purifier, saving precious planks, and finally getting clean water without constantly feeding the fire. I also crafted a calendar to track how long I've made it. 2 days as a fish on a raft, not bad, honestly, better than most fish. Then came the metal. I smelled it down and started researching better tools.
Out. One last question.
I even stumbled across an abandoned raft. The loot? A bit disappointing, just one angle. But hey, a win's a win.
Why are you running?
Wrapped up the day by crafting my first storage chest, a place to finally stash all this weird human junk I just keep collecting. Organized fish, organized life. Things finally started to feel manageable. The oxygen bottle, the purifier, the calendar. I was actually surviving until I spotted it, a small island in the distance, but not just any island. This one had a cave. Motivated, I go back to work. I needed more materials, especially to craft one more smelter. The more metal I can process, the better. The plan now? Start reinforcing the raft. Bruce kept biting the edges, and I really love it if he stopped chewing my house. Reinforcements will slow him down, and I'm also expanding the raft while I'm at it. In between upgrades, I kept getting planks and plastic, basics but essential. Progress may have been slow today, but solid.
Speed!
I refuse to die like that. I found yet another small island, and like any curious fish turned rafter, I stopped by to gather more metal. Things were going smoothly until my hook snapped in mid-collection. Classic. So, back to the raft I swam, cursing my fish brain for not crafting a backup. Lesson learned. Always carry a spare when durability is a thing. While I was at it, I stocked up on more sand and clay, not to use right away, but for future bricks. Then came copper. Yep, time to start gathering that shiny stuff. I can feel technology knocking on my raft already. To make life a bit easier, I began building collection nets. Finally, I can be assisted by those while I'm cooking or doing something else in the meantime on the raft. Day 4 was all about small improvements, smarter tools, smarter storage, and maybe, just maybe, a smarter fish. The raft is finally looking tougher. I started slowly reinforcing it with solid wood. Bruce clearly didn't like that. He waited for me every time I touched the water. Classic shark behavior. I added even more fences around the raft. Look, I might be a fish, but falling off on my own raft while placing nets is still a big embarrassment. Then I spotted a tiny abandoned raft. But before I could check it out, boom! Something massive came out into the view. Our first big island. Panic? Nope. Crafted a sail on the spot and made a beeline for it. And let me tell you, this island, not friendly. The second I got too close, a creature started dive bombing me. A literal bird throwing rocks at a fish. Nature's wild. Oh shit, that's not good, is it?
Okay.
Oh my god. I remember I could have been dead here.
I'm coming for you! Run, cowards! Tweet, tweet, tweet!
While exploring, I started looking for cluckers. These weird blue chicken things. They're important for farming eggs later on. Trust me, future recipes depends on it. But being on land is too risky. My breath gets low and I must return to the water or take damage. It's like being reverse drowned. Finish the day by diving down to hunt for pufferfish. Their explosive goo is key for making powder for a certain capture device. Only problem, I was running low on stone, so I scavenged what I could. Day 5 was chaos, but we survived it. After a successful pufferfish hunt, I fired up the smelter to make that explosive powder. Things were finally lining up. While it cooked, I went back to the island. I had a new goal. Build a shovel, dig some dirt, and start preparing a grass plot. Why? Because my Clucker army dreams were about to begin. With the net canister researched, it was time. I carefully crafted the net launcher. One shot, one chance. And I wasn't about to miss. Welcome to the crew, Blue Chicken. Next step, keep it fed.
Incoming!
Grass plots down, and now I've got my first egg. It's slow progress, but those eggs are vital for crafting serious healing later on. Later that day, I dove deep to look for silver algae. It's a key ingredient in high tier meals. Then disaster struck. I dropped my hook. One chicken, one egg, one dropped hook, and somehow I still call this progress. Half the day was spent underwater, gathering whatever I could. Instead of fighting pufferfish, I let them explode on their own. Better safe than good. Then I realized I hadn't chopped the last trees on the island, so back I went, cleaned them up. But I couldn't stay away from the raft too long. Turns out the eggs from the Clucker do disappear if left alone. Lesson learned. I now officially have parenting duties. Food check, egg check, stay alive check. To end the day, I went scavenging at night. Bruce hot on my tail, just trying to grab enough plastic and planks to keep expanding the raft. Not every day is full of chaos. Sometimes it's just chores and shark dodging. With enough materials, I managed a small raft upgrade, but planks were running low again. I tried to save those for cooking and crafting tools first, so I set sail while collecting more trash. Oh, Brucey, come on! And finally, unlocked a huge quality of life upgrade, the stationary anchor. No more wasting resources on throwaway anchors every time I spot an island. With that unlocked, I went back to melting metal and copper for more tools and upgrades. Dove around the nearby island to stock up on copper, clay, sand, the usual suspects. It wasn't flashy, but day 8 was about tidying the loop. Better tools, better control, and better progress. I kept pushing forward until I spotted another big island. This one was a tease. I was more prepared than ever, at the top of the island, completely out of reach without buffs. Those trees up there, untouchable. Still, I made the most of it. Dove in, gathered what I could, and went to work, because that's what we do, one island at a time. Whoa. You're trying to outsmart me. Just in time. I spotted a caveway off the shore, tempting but risky. You probably need some time.
Oh, hell no!
First, I cleared some inventory space. Then I went for it. Carefully. The cave was far. Real far. Without knowing the limits of how long I could stay out of water, I had to split my trip into two.
Oh not good.
Worth it, though, loot boxes, and now I can play for more grass plots, which means more cluckers. I pushed a bit further to test how far I could go, but backed off before things got ugly. Closed the day underwater, gathering more materials and hunting pufferfish. Cooper's finally looking stable. I'm starting to feel prepared. Hunger hit me hard while cooking a couple of small fishes. The pineapple berry helped. I needed a real meal fast. While sailing, I focused on finishing the raft's reinforced foundation. Just a few plastics short. Bruce kept circling while I gathered more materials, but I wasn't in the mood for another fight. I saved the haul for later. Day 11 was quiet, but progress is progress. I woke up to a familiar sight, the big island from day 5. This time, I was prepared. I spotted a clucker close to the raft, and after a short scuffle, it was mine.
Why? I got you, homie.
Come on, kill me, I'm here!
I expanded the grass plots, but the effort grows. They need constant watering if I want those eggs. Same routine here, gathering planks, fruits and seeds. Feels like busy work, but every piece adds up for what's coming next. Something's building up, I just don't know what yet. I spent the whole day underwater, gathering everything from metal to clay, sand and even silver algae. While traveling, I slowly prepped the materials I'd need for the receiver and antenna. To make space for that, I moved the anchor further back. It's a small adjustment, but it's a part of the bigger picture. Soon I'll be building up. Time to get to work. I researched the circuit board, then immediately crafted the receiver and all 3 antennas. Since they only function on the upper floor, I had to start building a second level. On the way, I made a quick stop at a small island to stock planks, which were running dangerously low. With the structure in place, I finally set up the equipment and powered it on. We're officially tracking the radio tower now.
Time for tactical retreat!
Meanwhile, I kept fishing for salmon and catfish, which I'll need later for a critical meal. And of course, I didn't forget the cluckers, collecting eggs and keeping their grass plots watered. Resource grind continues, but we're getting closer. Land ho! Or tower ho? We spotted the radio tower right on the horizon. Before diving into danger, I moved the research table inside the raft. Gotta keep the brains of this operation safe after all. Stock up on food and water, then made my way into the ruins. Timing was everything. I had to keep a close eye on my breath. Despite being a fish, my time above water is still limited. I swam and climbed until I reached the top, where I discovered the headlamp blueprint. But who needs lights when you build it for the dark, right? Then came the real prize, the coordinates to Wassergarten, the next story island, and the recycler blueprint.
Ace! Wondering how I ended up here?
I'm dying.
Long story.
This was the moment I knew. My next big plan was about to begin. I built an extra storage, then crafted a recycler and hooked it up to a battery. Downside, that thing slurps power like I slurp water. I need fresh batteries soon. So, heading to Wassergarten, right? Wrong. That floating metal beast may be just a yacht, but with no healing and only my fishy lungs? That's a one-way trip to regret. Even with an oxygen bottle, the risk is way too high without proper buffs. So I turned the sail around. We're going back to Big Islands. It's trading post time. Knowing the recycler is battery hungry, I started prepping more copper to stay ahead.
Guys?
I've got you in my sights.
Eventually, I had more grass plots than I knew what to do with. My first trash cubes were cooked up and ready, what a sight. So, naturally, I kept feeding the recycler with anything extra I had. Later that night, I heard the soft cluck of destiny. Another clucker. I tracked it down and brought it home. Now the Raft's officially an egg farm, but keeping them fed is key. Hungry cluckers, no eggs, and those eggs matter. By the end of the day, I was out scouring around the island in search of one thing: planks. Always planks. You guys looking at the grill, it feels like I'm gonna cook you? My finest fishing rod in Finn, hand and a pocket full of scrap cubes, I swam my way to the trading post. I grabbed just enough bait to get the job done. The plan: fish up the rare ones that trade for trade coins, the true currency of opportunity out here. Problem is, I could only fish a few times per breath, and trust me gasping underwater while relying in a moonfish is not ideal. It became a careful rhythm. Dive, fish, surface, repeat. When the job was done, I bought a few essentials. Turmeric and chili, tiny ingredients with big potential, but I knew I'd be back for more. Returning to the raft, I found cluckers spread everywhere, all hungry and restless, so I rushed to refill their plots and keep those egg timers ticking. Then came the big step. I crafted 2 cooking pots. That changed everything. Now I could start cooking real meals, not just toss raw fish on a fire like a caveman guppy. I stuck to the plan. Catfish deluxe for that speed boost, and salmon salad for extra breath underwater. These weren't just meals. They were buffs for survival tools for progress. Oh, I guess I made a mistake. I made a wrong dish. I went back to fishing, not just for food this time, but to grow my reputation at the trading post. Every rare fish I caught meant more trade coins, more chili and turmeric, and another step forward in this salty world. Back on the raft, the Cluckers were doing what Cluckers do best, being chaotic. A few were waddling dangerously close to the purifiers, ready to fall right off the edge, so I improvised, setting up barriers just to keep the egg layers from swimming with the sharks. Then I dove into the water again, back to the usual, scrapping the seafloor, hunting for resources, always rushing for Bruce. Just another day grinding under the sun, with the raft growing stronger and the end goal, Utopia, drifting a little closer. I was slowly thinking maybe it's time for Wasakatan, but not yet. There was one last big island I had to visit before setting sail toward that steel beast.
Bro, watch your jet!
You think you're gonna get away with it, Bruce? Back on the raft, I began constructing a stair that led to the upper floor, finally taking that next step in making my floating home feel complete. But as always, planks were low, so I kept collecting, diving, grinding, doing what I had to do. Then it came into view, the same big island from day 9, but this time I was ready, fully prepped, better gear, stronger meals. The day started with ambition. I moved both cooking pots down to the first floor. Why? Because it was time to start building my kitchen, a real one that wouldn't burn, tip or vanish with a shark bite. The rat was starting to feel less like survival and more like a base. Then I began working on a roof for my upper floor, but the cost, way too high right now. Planks were draining fast, and I needed to be smart. So I swam to the big island nearby. Yeah, the same one that towered me days ago, but this time I came prepared.
Hey, yo!
How many times, Bruce? You stubborn. I ate the catfish deluxe and salmon salad I'd cooked earlier, buffs activated. With boost speed and breath, I climbed all the way to the top of the island. Trees I couldn't reach before, mine now. And while I was up there, I stopped by the trading post again, still climbing the ranks, getting what I need. The roof could wait. The island has more to give. Mission? More trading coins. I kept fishing, bait after bait, but every time my breath dropped too low, it was full panic mode. I had to leap from the cliff straight into the sea. No time to waste.
Money! Money! Money!
On the way back, just my luck, my buffs wore off.
No, 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 no! Wait.
What the? I've been there. This stupid Clucker. To prepare better, I crafted a pair of flippers. If I was going back in the water, I needed that swim boost. This ocean doesn't wait.
Oh my god.
Yo, Sharky, I didn't know you'd come after me. What the hell? No, you ain't gonna have that. Another deep dive. Sand, clay, and silver algae were top priority. I needed more wet bricks for the recycler, and those scrap cubes won't make themselves. Along the way, I grabbed a handful of flower seeds, something for later. Then it hit me. Time to start heading toward Wasakatan. But before setting sail, I had one more upgrade in mind. 2 juicers, both needing fresh batteries. If the kitchen's going to work, it better be top-notch. So while sailing, I kept steadily building up the walls. My raft's kitchen was finally starting to look like a home. We finally spotted it, Wasakatan, the abandoned beast of a yacht. Before setting foot or fins inside, I brew a few red pit shots, the budget version of good healing sauce, skipping the clay and prepping for any long paths of missed breaths. Then just before diving into the story, I found a hidden chest tucked beneath. With my gear prepped and confidence high, I dashed into the deserted yacht, grabbing wherever I could spot loot boxes, notes, materials. But every few rooms, I was forced to retreat, oxygen running low, time slipping by. It's not being rushing now. So we do a little risky.
Easy. I'm running circles around you.
Okay, let's go. Okay. Open up. Wait, what? How not I have the fifth one? Okay, let me back out before it's... Ow, you! Okay, let's really get out of here. Okay, where's my route? Hurry, 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 hurry! I have no time to fight. My best
Cities in the blue.
Oh, what the freak? This is Clucker. I finally gave the raft a real upgrade. One engine and a steering wheel. We were no longer drifting like plankton in the current. We had power, speed and control. The sail retired. We wanna get to the Evergreen Island first. We don't wanna go straight out to Baloa. We're not ready yet. We need to get the healing salts prepared. We need to get the good ones. Because this is gonna be a long one to reach there. Let's hope we get an Evergreen Island all the way out. My egg farm was thriving. It was almost enough for the whole run. When we arrived, I wasted no time straight to work. No drifting, no delays. I stumbled upon honeycombs and buzzing swarms of bees. Sweet discovery, but not without risk. Oh god! Key mushroom! Stay away from me!
Stay with her.
Wait for me, please! No way! My breath is freaking out! Come on! Oh, not now! Now! You so mean! You meanie! Ouch! You meanie! You so mean! That's just one. It was time. I had already planted flower crops and now honey production could finally begin. With no ingredients, I crafted my first good healing salve. Finally, some peace of mind for future fights. No, no! Oh no, you the one who hurt me bad last time. I just want to get my juniper. That's it. Nothing more. Stop, 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 stop! Stop! Okay, let's freaking get out of here. Come on. Should use it now. Returned to the raft with my fresh loot, but something wasn't right. The beehive gave me only 2 honeycombs instead of 3. Just my luck. Had to improvise a bit to keep my honey production going. Then we saw it. Baloa Island. Massive, wild, unforgiving. One wrong move and it could all be over. I knew better than to rush in, so I took it slow, getting my food stocked, stools checked and salves in place. This isn't like the other islands. This one bites back.
Wait, what?
What the f- What? Is this a nigga to what the? Never seen that. Bro, no way, I seen a nigga underwater. Baloa was no joke. I moved through it with the caution of a fish that's seen too much already. The pine cone and birch trees, gold mine for planks, but every step was like a gamble. One wrong path and I could end up in the bear's jaws.
Grab the air, scout to go.
Gotcha. Progress was slow, had to think ahead. Started collecting wild berries. They say it's the only way to distract Mama Bear. I believe it. You don't mess with her unless you've got a death wish. Each time my buff wore off, I made a quiet retreat to the raft. It wasn't worth the risk wandering through that island empty-headed or low on speed. Had to make a call. Use healing on the way back or save it for later. Every break was another chance to cook, another dish to prep, another buff to earn before heading back in. Baloa is not for the weak-finned. I faced the guardian of Baloa. Mama Bear. I lured her away from the cave she'd been nesting in, keeping my fin steady and my breath slower than usual, slipped inside while she was distracted, found the machete blueprint, and better yet, the machete itself, sharp enough to carve my path forward. Ooh, another backup weapon. Then it was time. I didn't run, I prepared. Pack a couple of hearty stews, not just food, but lifesavers. If I was going to flirt with death today, I needed a backup plan to cheer it.
You better stop! Stop!
Ow! Oh! Those angels need to retreat. So let's do that. With barely a moment to breathe, I dashed toward the second relay station, got what I came for, biofuel refiner blueprint, and then slipped back to the raft. Quiet, victorious, still breathing. Back to the second relay station. One final check, one final switch, activated. Progress. Along the way I gathered more planks, more bee jars, and a sweet handful of honeycombs, enough to craft my second beehive. We're talking real honey production now, but with that came responsibility. I look at the raft. This hive life needed a space, structure, and better setup, so I started adjusting everything, not just surviving anymore, we're building systems. Relay Station 4. Far and frightening. Even with pups, my gills were begging for air. Time mattered. If I hesitated, I'd drown. I dashed through the hazards, no time for a second guess. Flipped the second switch, snagged the fuel pipe blueprint, one step closer.
Gonna.
Get the scores just a bit. How far is the 6th relay station? Because that's the most boring. It takes more time. We should be aware of our breath. But I really need to rush because that's the problem there. It's quite far away. But I need wood too. Ow! You really sting me like that? Holy! Return with progress in my fins and build my third beehive. The farm, looking lush. Honeycomb production was finally satisfying. But then came the kitchen problem. No more potatoes, barely any beets. Had to toss a few into the soil, make sure the cycle doesn't break. In the final push of Baloa, Relay Station 6 stood far, hidden deep, past danger. I couldn't rush it. One wrong step without enough healing and I'd be as good as dead.
Sing! 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 Sing!
Think I'm ready to face it. Think I'm rushing. Yeah.
Alright.
Ow! Okay, I burnt some of that.
Wait. Calling me some kind of warriors and her.
And just like that, Baloa Island was conquered. A fish who dared. But the waters call again. Next stop, Caravan Town. Set sail toward Caravan Town. Compared to Baloa, less of a nightmare, but still not a dream. I used the calm before the storm to prepare everything. Meals stocked, water full, tools sharpened, but for now, I was ready. I'm gonna go for that, I'm gonna go there. Okay. We went into Caravan Town. What a mess of platforms and junk, perfect for scavenging. I started picking up everything I could find. Food, tools, materials, anything that could help us move forward.
You know, this is literally like the opposite.
It needs to go in a fountain. There's a part I need.
No!
Got you. But it didn't take long. Each time my inventory overflowed, I had to return all the way back to the raft to unload. Tedious? Maybe. But every trip meant progress.
Okay.
Today I went house to house carefully with every breath. Caravan Town isn't exactly fish friendly and one wrong move could end badly. I learned what I called keeping an eye on my air. Later I dove down hoping for a decent clay run. But this island? Barely anything. Not every dive pays off. What a hero. What am I put my flippers? Oh shoot, I'm not fine. I didn't have my flippers with me.
Jump scares.
Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna get this before it gets me. The white screecher, a real menace. He kept attacking me while I was looting. No, if I had a dog. Not now. But this word.
Wait, what?
It was right here, the gator. Oh, you could kill. Leave me! You stupid bird. Can't I just take a rest? I think I'm gonna shoot him.
Say goodbye to your kneecaps, chucklehead. Wonk.
What was that? What the f—
Wait. What the What the hell? Swimming underwater?
Monster Rocket 2 inside was a weird toy, firework, blueprint, and another zipline part. Before wrapping up, I do one last time. The devs always have something to say. Anything to get this. Skinned the crane jackpot, an air pocket with treasures, a metal detector blueprint, another zipline part, and the infirmary key, plus a safe. But something to try. Oh, titanium. Oh, not now.
Hey. You just explode.
And I may or may have not forgotten to hit record while getting the mayor's chest key and a bunch of extra healing. So, pretend you saw that. I swam my way to the mayor's fancy hideout. Turns out he had good taste in hats and blueprints. One battery charger, some loot, and a Tangaroa code later. We got ourselves a new destination. Today, it was time to give the Cluckers a proper home. Moved them upstairs where they could get their own patch of grass and some sunlight, if that existed for fish. Shifted a purifier nearby too, so I can water the crops without going back and forth like some kind of soggy courier. The kitchen finally got a roof over its head. Fancy, huh? With everything slowly falling into place. I set my sights forward. Next stop, Tangaroa. On my way to Tangaroa, I spotted a couple of small islands poking out of the water. Nothing fancy, but just enough reason to stop. I was running low on clay, and without it, no more healing salves, no more clay balls. So I dove in, grabbed what I could. Just a quick pit stop. Back to the sea, back to drifting. Tangaroa was waiting. Another day, another routine. Until I saw it. Tangaroa. A floating city rising out of the ocean like a warning. Bigger than Baloa and 100 times more dangerous. Hi, Bruce. I wish I would hurt your back, buddy. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna cross this up. Okay, dear. Let's see how far we can go. It's not gonna be very far.
Oh, hell no, man.
No, I'm not going without buffs. It's too risky.
To outrun a fleet of rafts, or I sent a message up the tower. Tully doesn't care.
Yoink.
We persevered until the crane roared to life, but time wasn't on our side. Every second counted. Dear God, this is much harder than I thought. Stay put, Tala. Got you covered. That's just so long. The lag just briefly reduced my turmeric. Turning rag.
Hey, you got this.
Now I'm moving. I'm moving now.
Yeah. Get out.
The engines are done.
Come here, I'm gonna flood this area. Wait, how does Lurker died?
Keep sinking. Okay.
I'm finally good. Oh dear.
Dear God.
This was haunting. Okay. I made him there. But maybe this is kinda bad. Finish. A small victory over a brutal section. But this wasn't the end. I climbed toward the plantation, where the water crackled with electricity from faulty cables. Step by step, I dodged my way across, grabbing strawberries and banana samples as I went. Get down, Dala, this time left.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh my goodness.
Things have gone quiet. Security team.
Wait,
Oh,
this is glitchy.
these are
Listen.
smaller butler bots. It's like some kind of dumb guerrilla war upstairs.
And then we surfaced. A deep breath into the towering beauty of Tangaroa. I unlocked every gate because I knew I'd need a way out. Tangaroa just got exciting. I fought off a ballet ball. These waitress looking robots that zap you instead of helping. Got a kick out from one, which unlocked an apartment full of valuables. And Lurker. Fast dashes, quick loots. Brought my machete too. Some doors needed cutting through. The goal. Duct tapes. We needed them to fix those faulty cables back in the plantation. But every time my oxygen hit rock bottom, it was a mad sprint back to the nearest gate exit. Ow! Okay. Another one. Okay, gotta rush.
Nani?
Easy way. And with the full inventory, I made a trip count. Picked up a backpack from the vending machine. Best investment yet. The hunt for duct tapes continues. Each time I'm in need of a keycard, another boat had to go down. I reached this massive apartment, big office, lots of loot, but always something lurking.
Alright. Noted. That spies at that. Okay,
Sweet
probably. Yeah.
Okay, nothing. Don't need that anymore. It's such a joke.
Yeah, boy.
That's good then. One butler bot nearly ended me, but a good healing soul saved the day.
No. What just happened?
My oxygen bottle was nearly done for, so I crafted a backup. With enough tapes gathered, I returned to the plantation to fix those faulty cables. More doors opened, more strawberries, more bananas, but most importantly, a path to the big tower. Go to the electric profile blueprint, then stumble into a secret room.
How far are we going?
Bows were well
Oh, shit.
clean, but I had to push. I have to get through though.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I have a feeling, so don't have to. I reached the top, triggered the emergency, and watched the cockpit launch away from Tangaroa. It should be hurry. Inside, the water tank blueprint and the new code, Verona Point. What's next? It's anyone's guess. I'm time to decorate the roof. The raft was starting to feel more like home. Then came the mess, items everywhere, so I got to work organizing.
So imagine like if you have
With Verona Point ahead, it was time to prepare. I cast my line, hoping for more catfish and salmon, the calm before another dive into the unknown. I prepared up a spicy pemberry with the strawberries from Tangaroa, extra swim boost, just what I needed. Verona Point, a paradise for a fish like me. If only the climb wasn't a nightmare. I crafted fresh flippers, but my patience wore thin, so I paddled my way faster with a good old paddle. First stop, the flooded building.
bro. What the no.
Duh, you just got to be joking.
Oh.
Give me my target, spotlight parts.
No way.
Eventually I got myself stuck while I was looking around, so I had to unstuck myself.
I held him too.
Ton of pot. Are you kidding me? Found a hidden crack packed with loot. Okay. One of those metal. Then, deeper I went, the road labyrinth and corridors, slow and dangerous, but full of surprises. Ow. Okay, this stuff.
Trouble in the way.
Made it past the Motherlode gate, swam through anglerfish ambushes until I met him, the rhino shark. I had to outsmart it, dodging charge after charge, using the pillars as cover.
Get your back here!
Hello? Rhino shark. Yeah, he was. Come here and face your end. Suffer well. Take that. Victory led me into a hidden room with the crane key and the windmill blueprint. I celebrated by placing the rhino shark's massive trophy on my raft, a reminder of survival. With all planks and plastic I was holding, I reinforced the raft's base with solid wood, freeing up space. Then it was time to climb.
When people come by, they don't stay for long. Why?
Okay, this... Oh, spear? From all that? No, that's not bad. Up by the crane, destroyed the roof from the other building, I uncovered the code to Temperance and the blueprint for the advanced battery. Too expensive for now, but noted. A big day, a bold win. It was time. Temperance awaited, the frozen frontier. But before diving into the cold unknown, I stopped at a small island, grabbed more clay for healing. I had just enough sauce for the final fight. Barely. The icy Arctic base will be interesting and brutal. Worst part, my catfish and salmon stash, running dangerously low. I'll need to find time to fish again. Okay, nothing here. Snowmobiles, way faster than my run speed, even with buffs. There's an interesting thing I need to do. So if I'm submerged, I could just restore my breath. Yeah, I could yeah. So the thing is, when you submerge and you just in the vehicle, yeah, that's the thing. That's the strategy right there. I rode out, hunting down electrical cables scattered across frozen poles, some guarded by polar bears.
What the? Another one?
Yeah, it's just like... I'm not on the beta, by the way. This is like the...
Whoa! What just happened?
There's no doubt.
You messed with the wrong thing! Yeah.
Do you have chosen death?
Double spears! Are you insane, game? Inside the observatory tower, cracked the safe using a code I remembered. Found some coins, a blueprint, and the Celine key. But time was tight, buffs were fading, inventory packed. I retreated, for now. Desperate times meant desperate fishing. I was low on salmon and catfish, so I fished like my gills depended on it. With my stockpile back, I powered up the abandoned igloo village using the cables I'd gathered. A shear, and I don't have a llama.
Money!
One igloo turned out to be an infirmary. Jackpot. Found some healing salves, but I got greedy. What in the world, game? You just give me spears. Oh, I'm pretty far away. Oh. Then in the biggest igloo, the real treasure, an advanced biofuel refiner blueprint and a blowtorch. Things are heating up even in the cold. Oh, for the love of God, game, please. Don't give me such things that I don't have a llama. More like, I don't have a llama. Of course I don't have it. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared on this one. Saline Research Facility, the final stretch. Radiation everywhere. Had to grab a suit just to survive. Problem, the suit blocks radiation, not drowning. Still, no oxygen. Still, a fish. Solve a quick chemistry puzzle, nothing too crazy. But the journey from water to the lab, painfully long, even with buffs. A snowmobile as fast as possible. Then, the valve room. Had to hold it steady while scuttlers nipped at my legs. Ticklish, annoying, but not dangerous.
Yes. Don't you have a gas mask or something?
Yeah, but unfortunately, yeah, this is gonna be far away.
Yeah, monkey.
Another big puzzle, but this time was taken with every breath. I had to act fast. I cannot.
Bro!
Control.
Big way! Yeah, what the hell?
With the control rods found, I entered the reactor only to be swarmed by scuttlers. It was a fight for survival.
Oh.
Oh, bro! What is damaging you?
I rushed to grab the Utopia code and other critical items, nearly drowning on the way back. Purifying the reactor granted access to total bunkers, but with buffs running out, it turned into a race against time to return to the water. He's gonna run out soon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get out of here.
Hello. Game Bob did not cook this one.
I made it in time. Now, with everything ready, it's time for the final destination, Utopia.
Oh, please. Ah!
Wow!
Oh, God, no.
I was a murderer, man. The route to Utopia wasn't easy. Icebergs made it tough to steer. I stumbled upon a perfect small island and took the chance to get a clay, luring low again for healing sauce and clay dishes, but with 2 sharks now circling, things were getting way too risky, so I came with a plan. You not Brucey? Gaia. One final stop to the small island of the entire adventure, one last chance to gather clay before heading into Utopia. This was it, the last major preparation before the end. Once inside Utopia, I discovered a map tied to a minigame where I had to dig up patches of dirt. One had a code piece, but the wrong one released swarms of bugs. Found some decent loot and even the big backpack blueprint, though I couldn't craft it, only if I had a llama for wool. Pushed deeper into the city where hyenas started showing up.
What the?
You freaking annoying guys, freaking freaking you're scared of that shit.
Why did that scare me? No. No.
Let me be.
No. Got him.
Dude, the freaking hyena scared the hell out of me. Like, what the freak? Oh, God. I was collecting electrical cables to power up some kind of a generator. The final phase was up to begun. I pushed forward with everything I had. After minutes of effort, I got the water pump working by connecting the generator. Unlocking the path to the next big puzzle though, it made me back longer than expected.
nothing but colorful bread for 3 days. I have done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days.
From the people of Utopia.
Before entering the final building with the entrance key, I made sure to clean my inventory. One last moment of preparation, and I brought with me the machete. I wasn't going to fight from a distance with a bow. I was going to stare the last boss in the eye and end this challenge like a true warrior. I was ready. It all came down to this. I stumbled upon a parkour challenge, couldn't resist a little fun before the end. That's where I found a hammer, just what I needed to break a log and finally confront Olaf, my long-time nemesis.
I will only say this once. Leave on your raft. Leave Utopia to me, or else...
The path was suffocating, literally. Every time I breathed in out, I had to retreat carefully, balancing risk and survival. The cowboy puzzle, surprisingly easy. I powered through, fixed the elevator and made my way to the upper floors. Thankfully, some clever shortcuts let me return without tracing every dangerous step.
You had your chance to leave, but you just won't listen! So fine, have it yours. Welcome! You will accomplish
Oh boy, he keeps up.
accomplish nothing!
Well, actually, hold on. Probably I wanna do a backup real quick. Okay, set myself.
I am the only reason any of you are alive!
Okay. Actually, I'm getting a different food.
Bow down before me! The forward count.
By the way, Pilham, she won't mind if someone joins the PC while she's recording.
Okay, take my last breath for now. I'll face my reality.
Please stay for minion faces.
No, this was in July, or June or July.
Wait. Wait, June or July? Wait.
Bring it on.
Freedom! Let's do it! Yeah.
You leave me no choice but to fight if you come at me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even crazier, this is filed 1.8.0 into 2019. Or instantly through celebration update version. Or your reaction to the star.
Oh shit! No. Oh god.
Freedom! Medic! Medic!
to give me your key right now, Olaf. Give me the key. Give me out of here.
Wait. That guy looks like something from Team Fortress 2. He looked like...
Man, I almost died.
Slippery, don't
Can't you
get
guys
started
see that?
animation. Appear in a
Jesus.
2015 version.
Oh my god. Jesus. Oh.
Jeez, man.
No, I...
Look at that.
Oh. 56 days. Jeez. What an adventure. What an adventure, seriously. And that was it. 56 days as a fish, from the first dive all the way to Utopia. None of this would have been possible without the fish mode, a challenge that pushes experienced players to their limits, or just a fun new way to play Raft. If you are up for testing your survival skills, this mod will make you think twice before every breath.